Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this Edutalk organized by SS1 channel. Welcome to today's discussion. My name is Ahmad Akil Iman bin Raizal Shahril, the reporter for TVPSS SS1 channel. I will be serving as the moderator today. You will be listening to an interesting talk about book review from our panelists. Today, we are broadcasting through two channels, SS1 channel and M Irfan SB. Please like and subscribe to the channels. For your information, an e-certificate will be provided for viewers who follow today's EduTalk. So, stay with us to know more about this book review.
Welcome to our school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Sultan Sulaiman I, Malaysia.
Before the talk begins, may I briefly introduce you to our panelists. Our first panelist is Muhammad Irfan bin Muhammad Shakir Basusha, who is the head of students in the school. He is also the champion of NILAM English Primary School Terengganu State Level and the candidate for Tokoh NILAM English Primary School. Irfan's favorite food is chicken biryani and his favorite color is black. His quote is, "The eyes cannot see, but the mind doesn't know." His YouTube channel is called M Irfan SB. Next is our second panelist, Dr. Kwek Soh Teng from SK Sultan Sulaiman I. Dr. Kwek is the head of the English panel. She has been teaching for 32 years. She has a PhD in English language from University Putra, Malaysia. She is an English language teacher in our school. Her hobbies are reading and traveling, and her favorite food is nasi lemak and Malaysian cuisine. This is her academic background. She has visited many wonderful countries and met amazing people along the way. Without further ado, I would like to welcome the first panelist, Muhammad Irfan, to talk about how to write a good book review. Muhammad Irfan, you look very enthusiastic today. I like that. Now, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, our moderator Akil. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to all. First and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Muhammad Shakir Badusha. I am from Sekolah Kebangsaan Sultan Sulaiman 1. I am from the class of 6 Tabah. It's under a dual language program. I can speak Malay language and English language very well. Currently, I am holding responsibility as the head of students in our school. My proudest achievement was the moment when I won first place in the STEM Coding Challenge 2021. I also joined the Tilawah Al Quran competition in the year 2022. What's more, I got 7th place in Taekwondo event for Kuala Terengganu district level. I also joined the Kangaroo Match competition in the year 2021. I joined the robotic camp in the Jazro robotic camp held in the year 2021. My hobbies are reading and swimming. I've read 1,100 books so far. I love reading as I've always believed the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. Quoted by Dr. Seuss. Today, I am going to be sharing with you how do we write a good book review. Let us explore the steps on how to write a good book review. First, we should grab the reader's attention. We should start with interesting quotes and interesting questions about our book review to grab their attention. This will engage us more with the readers. For example, we could say a quote. We could say a quote. Reading is the more that you know, the more things you will know. We should also we should also provide the context of the book. We should mention the book's author, title, year of publication, and etc. This will help the readers to know more about the book that we are going to be reviewing. We should summarize the plot, give a short summary on the book, the story, and the characters and main conflicts. This will help the readers to know about the book and what is the story all about. Last but not least, we should share our thoughts about what we like and dislike in the book. This can help the readers to get an idea of what they would like and what they would dislike in that specific book. Conclusion is we should grab their attention and provide context of the book. We should also summarize the plot and share our thoughts. Next, I'll share with you the book that I find interesting as well. Thank you. This book is about telescopes and space probes. I've read this book many times. It is actually a very funny book and very interesting as well. This book is about nature and animals. Of course, everyone would know this book, Aladdin. It also has a movie based on this book. And last but not least, The Ugly Duck. It has a lot of moral values and life lessons that we can apply to our daily lives.
Oh, I love Aladdin and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Thank you, Irfan, for the informative description of how to write a good book review. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let's listen to a book review by Irfan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and good day to all. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Muhammad Shaki Badusha. I am from Sekolah Kebangsaan Sultan Sulaiman I. I am from the class of 6 Sabah. It's under a dual language program. I can speak Malay language and English language very well. Today, I am here to review about this book called Jack and the Beanstalk. This book was retold by Jun Xiang and published by Penerbitan Pelangi Sedian Berhad in the year 2003. This story revolves about a boy named Jack living with his mother. They were poor and often sell animals to get by. One day, Jack's mother told him to go to the market and sell a cow. Use the money to buy some food. Jack did as told and went to the market. He asked so many customers if they wanted to buy a cow. Nobody did. But that was until he met with an old man who claimed to have magical beans. Jack was curious to know what's so special about those beans. So he decided to agree on the offer of trading the cow for those magical beans. He was so excited as he was walking back home to tell his mother about those beans that he had gotten from the old man. When he finally reached home, he proudly handed his mother those beans that he had gotten. Instead of getting happy, his mother got angry and threw out those beans from the window. She thought that those beans wouldn't bring any profit to the family. That night, both of them slept without even eating. The next morning, both of them woke up to a big surprise, seeing that the beans that the mother had thrown out had sprouted into a giant beanstalk. Jack decided to climb the giant beanstalk. He climbed and climbed for hours and finally reached the top. When he did, he saw a huge palace. He sneaked into the palace and saw that inside of it were living two giants, husband and wife. The husband ordered the servant to bring him some golden coins. When the servant did, he started counting it. He counted for so long, he eventually fell asleep. Jack took this opportunity to steal some golden coins. After he stole them, he immediately went back down. When he showed his mother those golden coins that he had stolen, his mother was so happy. She was over the moon as she knew that they were rich now. The next morning, Jack decided to climb the giant beanstalk again. But this time, he saw that the giant actually owned a hen that can lay golden eggs. Jack really wanted it, so he stole it and went back down again. This time, when he told his mother about the hen, his mother was so happy as she knew that they wouldn't have to work even a single day in their lives again. The next morning, his heart was still not satisfied despite all the possessions that he had stolen. So he decided to climb the giant beanstalk again. But this time, he saw that the giant's wife was playing a harp for him. But it was no ordinary harp, it was a golden harp. Jack decided to wait till the giant fell asleep and steal the harp. He successfully stole it, but as he was making his way out of the palace, he made a loud noise, causing the giant to wake up. When the giant woke up, the giant immediately saw Jack and immediately knew that Jack was the one who has been stealing his precious things. He chased after Jack. Jack was running for his dear life. He had never been this scared before. He climbed down the giant beanstalk very quickly, and when he finally reached home, he took an axe and chopped down the giant beanstalk, causing the giant to fall to his death. The moral of the story is we should never be greedy. As you see, Jack was greedy and wanted more and more of the giant's possessions. So, at the end, it resulted in him getting caught. Also, what happens in the dark always comes to light. You see, Jack thought that nobody knew about him stealing from the giant. But at the end, the giant eventually got to know about it. He stole it in dark and his actions came to light. We should also always obey our parents' instructions. You see, if Jack had just obeyed his mother's instructions of selling the cow for some golden coins instead of trading it for those magical bees that he doesn't even know about, he would he wouldn't have gotten into all this trouble. We should always obey our parents, as whatever they say is always good for us. In conclusion, I would recommend this book to all my friends and families as it has a very interesting storyline. It also has a lot of valuable life lessons and moral values that we should all learn. And have a good day.
Thank you, Irfan, for such an enlightening and comprehensive review. I am sure you have attracted many new fans to Jack and the Beanstalk. Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Kwek Saw Teng to give her talk. How are you today, Doctor?
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Okay, repeat. I'm fine, Akil. You look very handsome today on stage.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We are very honored to have you here with us today.
I feel very honored to be here today in front of the audience. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. You can call me Dr. ST. I'm very excited to be here today with you guys this afternoon. I'm thrilled to be here because we can explore book reviews and we can look at the review of Jack and the Beanstalk by Irfan earlier, my fellow panelist. I'm sure he has given you a very in-depth review of the book. So now, let me get the ball rolling and highlight you on some of the benefits of book reviews. As Irfan has already told you earlier, how to make good book reviews. All right. So now I would like to tell you what are the benefits of book reviews. Book reviews are actually like special summaries that tell us more about the book. They help us to decide if we want to read it by giving us more information about the story and how it is written. When someone writes a good review about a book, it helps more people to know about it and get excited to read it too. Then, of course, the sales of the book will also go up. Agreed? Okay. Secondly, reviews actually give us a chance to talk about books with our friends instead of games, right? We can talk about books. We can share our thoughts and our opinions on the story, the characters that we like and we didn't like. This could be your own fan book, fan club. All right. So Irfan is on the way to building his own fan club because he made good reviews, I'm sure. Thirdly, authors who write books also love reading book reviews too. I think it's one of the must things that an author should do. It is because they can learn from what readers say and use the feedback to make their future books even better. When we share our thoughts in a review, it helps authors to grow as writers and make more amazing stories for us to enjoy. Last but not least, could you please share the next slide, please? Okay. Last but not least, the insights for researchers. Book reviews are actually the insights for book researchers. Sometimes they use the reviews to study books and literature. Researchers have tons of books to read. They need to read, right? So in order to find the correct ones, researchers normally look at reviews to understand different kinds of books and different kinds of stories. It helps them to learn about how books were written and the world the stories come from. This will definitely help a lot in their research. So all in all, book reviews are actually like little treasures that help us to choose books, share our opinions, support authors, and learn more about the wonderful world of stories. Before I continue, let me enlighten you with a quote by the famous writer named Stephen King. Next slide, please. Here it goes. According to Stephen King, books are a uniquely portable magic. Okay, mind you, it's magic. Have you heard of him? My fellow friends out there, if you have, please type K in the chat box. Let me have a look if there are any who know Stephen King. Type K if you know him. Yes, I'm glad that some of you have heard of him. He is a prolific writer, a very good writer, famous. It's okay for those who don't know, it's all right. You'll get to know him if you read his book, and you won't stop. Let me tell a little bit about him. Stephen King is a famous writer who is really good at scaring people with his stories. Mind you, scaring, really scaring. He has written a lot of books and short stories that have been made into movies and TV shows. His stories are often about scary things like ghosts, monsters, and people who are doing bad things. All those, evil things, Those who like thrills, those who like horror stories, you will love him. Definitely. He is good at making his readers feel like they are in the story itself. And they have the same fear as the characters. That is why many of his books are made into movies. People love his writing because it is exciting and keeps them on the edge of their seats. They couldn't sit still, That's why, according to King, books are like magic and you can take it with you wherever you go. This means that books really have a special kind of power. When you read a book, it's like entering a world of magic and wonder. It can transport you to different places, make you feel different emotions, and teach you new things. The best part is you can carry this magic with you wherever you go, by simply bringing a book along. It's like having a little piece of enchantment that you can experience anytime, anywhere. So now let's look at Jack and the Beanstalk that Irfan talked about earlier. Next slide, please. So, Jack and the Beanstalk, it is a tale that holds immense value and appeal for diverse audiences. The story enduring theme of courage and adventure. From the beginning, it was an adventure, right? For him, it was all curiosity. Makes the book suitable for readers of all ages. Jack's daring journey up the magical beanstalk without knowing anything resonates with the innate human desire for exploration and the thrill of the unknown. The book's ability to spark imagination and wonder is commendable. The fantastical elements of the giant's castle in the clouds and the enchanted treasures transport readers to a world of limitless possibilities. You wouldn't know what's going to happen, right? When you read that he saw so many treasures in the room up there, okay, up in the sky, okay. So this quality makes Jack the Beanstalk a captivating read, engaging both young children and definitely adults in a delightful escape. Other than the entertainment value, the storybook imparts valuable moral lessons. Through Jack's encounters with the cunning giant, cunning, yeah, big and cunning, readers learn about the importance of resourcefulness, quick thinking, and, of course, the consequences of greed. Nothing comes free, right? No breakfast is free in this world, right? So, furthermore, Jack and Beanstalk actually has a very cultural significance. It is a classic folklore passed down through generations. Yeah, it's more than 100 years, I think. Its enduring popularity speaks to its ability to captivate readers across time. That's why it's famous till today for children. Magic beans, right? Magic. The story acts as a bridge between generations, fostering a sense of shared storytelling among the young and the old, and a tradition. So, in conclusion, as a panelist, I would wholeheartedly recommend Jack and the Beanstalk to readers of all ages. With its timeless themes, enchanting setting, valuable life lessons, and cultural significance, this storybook continues to captivate and inspire readers across generations. Last but not least, I hope that this Edutalk will also help everyone here to embark on your extraordinary journey of discovery in book reviews, in stories, and don't forget, grab a book. All right? I think that's about all from me. Back to you, Akil. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. ST, for the informative and interesting talk. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a short break. You may type questions in the live chat and we will choose 3 questions after this. Don't forget to type and mention your name in the chat box below. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we come to the question and answer session. Before I read the questions from the audience, I would like to ask Irfan a question. What would you do if you were Jack?
Thank you so much for the question, Akil. You see, Jack's mother asked him to go to the market and sell a cow, use the money to buy some food. Jack did as told, but he traded it for some magical beans. If I were Jack, I wouldn't have traded it for those magical beans, as those magical beans could have brought danger to me, or it could have been a scam, and I could have lost that cow for nothing. We should never ever disobey our parents' instructions, as whatever they tell us to do is always good for us. Also, Jack sneaked into the giant's palace and stole some golden coins and a lot more possessions. If I were Jack, I wouldn't have sneaked into the palace, as it is a very wrong action and it can bring to a lot of consequences. It's also very disrespectful, as if we want to enter someone's house, we should knock the door, or call them, or ring the bell. I also wouldn't have stolen anything from the giant's palace, as that would be a very bad action, and it could have led to big consequences. We should never take anything that does not belong to us without the owner's permission. That's all from me. Thank you.
The second question is from Alia. What did you learn from this book?
Thank you so much for the question, Alia. That is actually a very interesting question. There are many interesting parts in this story, from Jack having to climb the giant beanstalk to trading the cow for those magical beans and much more. However, the part that touches me the most in this story is the part where Jack is trying his best to change his and his mother's life by selling the cow for some golden coins, especially when he tried his best to sell it to get some food for the both of them. That shows that how responsible of a kid Jack is and how hardworking he is. That is actually something that we should apply to ourselves. I think that's why God blessed him with those magical beans that have brought happiness to his life. That's all from me. Thank you.
The third question is from our Ira. This is an interesting question. How would you change the ending of this story?
Oh wow, another interesting question. We can learn so many valuable life lessons and moral values from this story. For example, we should always obey our parents. You see, Jack did not obey his mother's instructions of selling the cow for some golden coins. Instead, he disobeyed his mother and decided to trade it for, for those magical bees because of his curiosity. Those bees could have brought danger to him. Also, what happens in the dark always comes to light. You see, Jack stole those possessions knowing that no one knew about it. But at the end, the giant eventually got to know about it and he got in a lot of trouble. He, he stole it in dark and his actions came to light. We should also never be greedy. You see, Jack was greedy and wanted more and more of the giant's possessions. It resulted in him getting into trouble. These are only some of the moral values that we can take from this story. We should apply all of it in our daily lives. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irfan, for replying to the questions from the audience. I hope they are all satisfied with your response. Excuse me, Dr. ST. I have just received a question for you from Hanif. How do you incorporate book reviews in your teaching and learning activities?
Thank you, Akil, for the question. Um, to answer Hanif, as we all know, I'm sure Hanif knows it too, every school in Malaysia has to carry out the NILAM program in their school every single year. As teachers, we are supposed to encourage reading by taking the pupils to the library at least once in a fortnight. Before going to the library, I will always highlight some of the story books in the library. You can get this from the library teacher anytime. Before my pupils go to the library, I will show them the reviews of the books so that they are able to make their choices wisely. As you guys know that going to the library, time is really limited, right? If you need to look for the books, it will be another time wasted, a lot of time wasted. So giving the reviews of the book beforehand will definitely help my pupils to choose the book they like, especially if there are new collections in the library. So this is the best way to introduce them to the books. The reviews will help them to choose the correct books for themselves and save them the time of flipping the book through one by one when they reach the library. For me, that's really, really a waste of time. All right. In addition, they can also refer to the book reviews when they write the summaries in the NILAM books, right? It will make their life easier. And as for the teachers who are with us now, are they, let me ask the question first. Are there any teachers here? If there are, please type T in the live chat. All right. I'm sure the teachers here, thank you for your response. Yeah, there are a number of teachers here. So I'm sure all of you are familiar with SPLKPM, right? Every year 46. Okay, so these are the things that we teachers have to live with and complete. So pupils, beloved pupils out there, not only you have to write summaries for your books, we teachers too have to write synopsis for the books that we read every year. We have to write the synopsis, we have to write exactly what you are writing, the number of pages, the authors, in the SPLKPM reports. Okay, and it is compulsory to write. Hence, I would say that book reviews are not only useful during our lessons with our pupils, but also for the teacher's own use. So I hope that answers your question, Hanif. Thank you so much for the question. Have a nice day. Back to you, Akil. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. ST, for the very thoughtful and useful answer. Oh, looks like we have a bonus question here from Anissa for you, Irfan. Do you like the ending of the story?
Hi, Teacher Anissa.
Thank you so much, Anissa. I really appreciate the question.
It's Madam Anissa.
Oh, sorry.
She's a teacher, I
Sorry.
think.
Oh, okay. I'm very sorry, Madam Anissa. Um, I like a part of the ending of the story as Jack got rich and doesn't have to deal with poverty anymore. That could help a lot in his life. Though I do not like the part where he stole from the giant and got rich by that way. He could have gotten rich by other ways, like maybe starting his own business and much more. Also, I don't like the part where it's a suspense story. We do not know how Jack used all the money, and how did he handle everything. What was his mother's response and all. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Irfan, for your response. Looks like we have a bonus question for Dr. ST now. How did you get the inspiration for your life from reading the book?
Oh, inspiration. From reading the book, okay, Jack actually taught us to explore the unknown, right? So, to be able to explore the unknown as a teacher, I would always tell my student, go out, study hard, and explore the world. There are a lot waiting for you. As for myself, I work very hard. Like what Irfan said, instead of taking the shortcut to riches, I work very hard so that I have a better life for my family, and I love to travel. I love to travel because it's one of my hobbies, and it brings me just like where the books can bring me to. If you read in books and you go to the places, I think life is worth living. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question, Hafiz. Back to you, Akil. Thank you.
All right, Irfan, we have one more question for you from Rajarain Iskandar. If you could give the book a new title, what would it be?
Thank you for the question, Ryan or Sir Ryan. Uh, if I got a chance to name the book a new title, I would probably name it Jack and the Giant's Beef, as Jack had beef with the giant by stealing from him, and Jack is also guilty of sneaking into his palace. That's why I would name the book that. Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you very much to Irfan and Dr. ST for answering the question from the audience. To all of the audience, we will be uploading the certificate link in the live chat. Do note that the certificate link will be open for an hour. All participants can fill in the form soon. The certificate will be given via email. Please fill in the correct name, identification card, number, and email. Looks like we have one more question for Dr. ST from oh sorry for sorry for Irfan from Madam Anissa again. If you are Jack, would you obey his mother or change the story to another way?
Thank you, Madam Anissa, again for the question. If I if I am Jack, I would have obeyed my mother as if sorry I would have obeyed my mother instructions so that I wouldn't have gotten into those troubles of getting chased by the giant and so much more. That would just be very rude not to listen to your own mother's instructions. And to answer your question, your well, kind of second question, I wouldn't have changed the story to another way. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Irfan, for answering the questions. Okay, Dr. ST, we have another bonus question for you from Razali. If you were Jack's mother, what would you teach him? Excuse me, doctor, you're mute.
Sorry, muted again. Sorry. Um, Akil, thank you for the question, and thank you, Mr. Razali, for the question. If I were Jack's mother, I would I would rather teach him to be honest. All right. If it's not wrong for him to exchange the cow for some beans, but for the treasures that he got back from the giants, I would rather teach him to maybe make friends with the giants, and then be nice to the giant, treat him like your own, a good friend, and in the end, maybe the giant will share his treasures with you instead of you having to run away for life, and the giant fell to the ground and die, right? So I would rather teach him to be nice to the giant, maybe um, be very good friends, okay? Instead of stealing from the giant. Thank you very much for the question, Mr. Razali. Back to
Thank you
you,
very
Akil.
much. Thank you very much, Dr. ST, for answering the question. All right. All participants can now fill in the form. Please make sure that all the information is correct, especially your name, identification number, and email. This is because the e-certificate is sent to your inbox 1 hour after the certificate link is closed. Thank you for your cooperation. Alright, before we make our grand exit, will there be a final speech from our panelists?
Um, uh, I would like to say thank you so much for lending me your ears, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I hope all of you got a lot of beneficial information from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, M Irfan SB. Please pray for me so that I can do my best to win this competition for Terengganu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day.
Will there be any final speech from Dr. ST?
Mm, I'm very happy to be here today, seeing all my friends online, my family members online. This is just a gentle reminder to all of us, as I did some public speaking earlier in my class, that many of my students, they love playing games. And I feel sad and to hear them saying, none of them saying that they love reading anymore. All right? Just a gentle reminder. Remember that your opinion actually matters, and your reviews contribute to the vibrant world of literature. So grab your pen and share your love for books through the power of thoughtful and compelling book reviews. Happy reading and happy reviewing. Thank you for joining us today. Keep exploring the magical world of books, and may your book reviews inspire others to embark on incredible reading journeys. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. ST and Muhammad Irfan. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we come to the end of our Edutalk. We would like to say thanks again to our panelist Muhammad Irfan, who will be competing in the next Anugerah Nilam Kebangsaan competition, and Dr. ST, a very great caliber and exceptionally beautiful teacher, for the informative and interesting talk, and to the audience for the active participation. If any one of you would like to rewatch this live, you may rewatch this video located on the SS1 channel. Hopefully, the book review will be beneficial for everyone, especially students, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.